Hi, Jane Evans, the Lasting Life Change Coach. How familiar is it to you to constantly be worrying about what you eat, about how healthy you're being, about the size of your body, about whether you will get your jeans on tomorrow, about how you look, how much you weigh? Now, if it isn't, then this isn't the video for you, because that's what I'm going to talk about. I watched an incredible clip this morning on YouTube where Sam Smith, the globally renowned singing artist, talked about his ongoing struggles with his weight and how he views his body. And he was saying that, this all began for him when he was a really young child. He thinks probably about 8 years of age that he began to really dislike his body, feel that he was fat, that he was unattractive. And that seems like a really, really young age to have that awareness. But as I listened to him, I thought, wow, that's similar to me. My relationship with disliking my body, believing that I was fat and therefore unattractive and therefore unacceptable and ultimately unlikable, began also when I was a child. And this might be familiar to you. So I began the whole weighing up of, should I eat this? If I eat this, then what can I go without later on? How much exercise can I do to burn off what I've eaten? I didn't ever make myself sick, but I did have a big accountability thing running all the time. And sometimes this got completely out of control and I would end up very, very, very thin. But of course, I couldn't see that I was thin because, not that I'd heard of it then, but because of body dysmorphia, I could look in the mirror, and Sam Smith was saying this today, and just see fat bits, even though everyone else could see a skeleton walking around. And, it's a really painful way to live. So if you are anywhere on this scale of obsessing about losing weight, the weight you've put on, thinking about what you're eating all the time, very much being wedded to the idea of good foods and bad foods and trading off against, the bad things you've done today. And this is beginning to get to a point in your life where you want to be rid of it. Now, that's really crucial because it wasn't until I truly, truly wanted to be rid of this that change started to come, because it was my support system, it was my crutch. So the thought of losing my coping strategy for many years meant that I wouldn't even entertain it. But fortunately, eventually, and it was very, very hard to move on from it, I did, and I have. And the change started to really come when I began to see my body as an amazing tool, an amazing resource in my wellness. And since then, I've worked on through. And the foundational and fundamental change has come from the beliefs that I hold now around my body being the most amazing resource, and feeling insanely grateful to my body for sticking with me through all the terrible things I've done. So if you think that you are getting near that place, or you're getting ready for this to be part of your life, then I'm really, really glad for you, because I just wanted to let you know that it is totally possible. And I'm living proof. I now just am completely peaceful about how much I weigh and the size I am, and I kind of don't really look in the mirror apart from to see, have I tucked everything in, have I zipped everything up before I go out the door, and some days I forget to do that. So I hope that helps you see that it may be a real obsession in your life right now, and it may be making you seriously miserable, but there is hope and it can change.